Not too long ago, I brought out some of my Scout pattern knives, like this Camp King here. And I expressed my deep respect for that pattern. I really like that pattern. And so it took a little while on these. But I've had them coming for a bit. I believe the marbles was back ordered. Neither one of these are super expensive, but I think they're going to make very nice additions to my Scout style knives. So let's take a look at first one, then the other. We'll get some specs on them here as we go. So this is a Boker Magnum. The Magnum being a good designation that they make it overseas, but that's okay. Nice wood handles. It's going to need to be wiped off. There's rust preventative all over it, which I guess is good. Looks pretty basic, but you got a lanyard ring there. There's no half stop. Snaps into place. You got your screwdriver tip and can opener, or bottle opener, I mean. It's finished okay. It'll get the job done. There's our bottle opener. Does have a nice, or I'm sorry, our can opener. Does have a nice taper to penetrate the lid of a can. Just brushed finish. It's you can tell there's a little bit of wavering in the steel there. Nothing that's going to make a difference in function. This was only a $20 knife, so you know. So the big blade. So now one thing I don't care for is that the thumb nick on the big blade is partially covered by the screwdriver and can opener or bottle opener, but you can still get to it. So there's the main blade. That's a hollow ground 440A. So definitely on the budget line, but you know, so are Swiss Army knives. Those steels are very budget. Let's see if we can get a closer look at the bevel here. I put this down here to see if this would even work. Yep, that doesn't work. All right. Honestly, the bevel is pretty well done. There's a tiny little sharpening choil there. It seems fairly even. They're a little bit off on that one. For a $20 knife, this is sharper than what I would have thought. It's definitely not going to be shaving sharp. It's going to be something I want to touch up. Let's get our trusty magazine here and see if we can find any pages we haven't already shredded. See if it'll even... Okay, so I can get it to go through. It doesn't glide through the paper, but it will go through. But honestly, that blade is finished pretty nice. No problem there. All I gotta do is touch that up. Cool. That's better than I thought it would be. And then there is our leather punch. The leather punch does have a bevel on it, and it's sharp. It actually has an edge. Nice. That should work just fine. The detent isn't super strong. A little mushy. Again, like I said on the... See, now this blade does have sort of... It's not a definite half stop, but from here to here, you can definitely feel that it wants to stay. So, see that? But it's mushy in between. Yeah. Again, for what you pay, I think that this is definitely worth the money. This is going to be a great scout style knife that you can put in your pocket and just use without worry. If you take this out and you're in a canoe and it falls overboard, you just go get another one. But on the other hand, it is something that you could probably use for a while without any worries. I don't think it's going to fall apart. I think you touch that main blade up and then just go and start using it. See how much it weighs. Right at 3 ounces. So it's not terrible for all the tools you get. And the fit and finish is okay. That's the Boker. I have this marbles. This marbles one is a little bit different. This one is advertised as a military reproduction of a military issue scout style. Wow, right off the bat you can tell that this loop is a lot longer than my other scout knives. Now whether that's true to what the military used to use or not, I honestly don't know. The fit of all the springs and everything is, I can see the seams. I can feel them a little bit there, but that is done pretty nice. I like that it's all metal. Riveted construction. Let's take a look at the blades. Well, this one's a lot stouter. Oh, the detent is way more. There was no half stop on this can opener. But let's see here. Look at the fit and finish on this. That's a lot nicer. Again, this is an overseas produced knife. Marbles used to be made right here in Michigan, but compared to the Boker, it's kind of, while it has a little curve there, probably to get it to fit in the handle good, but that wouldn't matter. It does taper down to a point that could, while not sharp, it would definitely be able to pry into a can. Wow, the action is a lot stiffer. Yeah, that's a lot stiffer. Look at that screwdriver. That is a huge difference. This is a lot different than all my other Scouts. I like this. Gives you a little extra reach. Cap lifter. No problem. Seems that the chrome job and everything is done really nice on this. Again, this isn't an expensive knife at all. Not at all. But all metal, and this one is done very, very nice. This screwdriver tip is more squared off and just seems to be better finished. It's not buffed so smooth. I think that this one would grip a little bit better. And then again, with that grip or reach, that's nice. Now see how the main blade is here? I can get to that entire nail nick. I like that a lot. Let's see what the walk and talk is like on this. No half stop at all. There's nothing there. It is a stout spring though. It is very, yeah, that is a very stout spring. Now for this one, what does it say? Made in China, yeah, of course. Marbles. It doesn't really specify the steel. I gotta imagine it's probably about the same thing. 440A or 7CR or something like that. This is going to hold an edge right about the same as a Swiss Army knife, I'm sure. The edge, let's take a good close look at it. Now this edge is not ground as nicely as the Boker was. The Boker blade, that edge was ground pretty uniform. Here you have a wide area at the tip, and then you have a micro bevel in there. There, can you see it right there? The shininess. That is not sharp at all. This one is definitely going to need a touch-up before it can be carried because it's not going to cut anything. Let's see about the other side. Yeah, you can tell that you can see the shine on that edge. I'm not even going to try to cut paper because it's not going to do it. There's enough of an edge there to hack your way through something if you had to. But I can't imagine it's going to take very much to get that very sharp. Now, whether it holds the edge or not, it's probably not going to hold it forever. But so what? So you just touch it up. I don't mind touching it up. That is definitely not a problem for me. Man, that spring is way stouter than any other. And that's not a problem. I like it. Let's see if we can get out the leather punch here and take a look at that. See, now it has an edge as well, but there is a huge burr on this side. And the tip, the edge doesn't go all the way to the tip. So the tip is not very sharp. It's still pointy. It would still get through some leather. But that grinding job there is nowhere near as nice as the Boker. It's like the edge is folded over. There's a huge burr on this. Now I can put that on a diamond stone and have that corrected in 2 shakes, which is exactly what I'm going to do before I carry this. other than that, it's nice. I like the fact that this says US on it, even though it's made in China. It's all metal. And it feels good in my hand. These edges are very squared off, but not to the point of being rough on you. Not at all. You could carry and use this without any problem. Most Scout knives, I think one of the reasons I like them so much, everything's rounded. They're like little torpedoes. I don't have all my Scouts down here anymore, but they're very nice in the hand. Very comfortable. You can sit there and just fiddle with them, and you're never going to get poked or anything by any of them. This one, I would say, isn't quite as nice as the others because of these squared edges. But again, it's nothing that is going to be worrisome. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, that's the Marbles Scout pattern. At least that's what I'm referring to it, because that's what it is to me. This one's a little bit different than the others that I have. I like it. This one's going to take, well, they all are going to take a little bit of sharpening, honestly. This one's going to take a little work on the blade, more than the Boker, and the leather punch definitely needs a little attention, which honestly it won't take that long, but it definitely needs attention. And then that's going to be a great one to drop in my pocket. When I do, let's see how much it's going to weigh. This might have a little bit of heft to it. 365, so 2/3 of an ounce more than the Boker. But it's pretty neat. So, anyway, looks like I have my work cut out for me on those. And I'll probably get these tuned up and just enter them in the rotation once in a while. Maybe if I go out to check my deer blind or something, throw them in my pocket. They'd honestly be good for camping or whatever. That's pretty much the kind of stuff that they're made for, I'm sure. And they can handle it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. And I'll be back with some more soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.